What's going on? Welcome to the Bottom Line Podcast, your sports and entertainment destination. Jimmy Finizzi, Mr. Taco with you, aka Austin Myers. We hope you're well. You already know what to do. Hit us up on all social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at BottomLineWMCX. Use hashtag BottomLine. And please make sure you subscribe on YouTube and on all audio platforms and include Jimmy when searching for this podcast. We're not wasting any time today, Austin. Today's a big day. It is a big day. I'm so pumped for this interview because today we have none other than Nick Weston, aka Nick the Goalie. Bro, first of all, you're the one who set this up, so thank you for that.
Oh yeah.
And second of all, how pumped are you for this?
No, man. Words can't describe how pumped I am for this.
Hey, look, you may sound tired, but deep down, I can tell you're really excited. I know we don't know this man personally. I had to do some research on this guy. This man's got a bazillion followers on TikTok and Instagram. We'll get more into that later. He has a viral video out on YouTube stopping Pavel Barber. We'll get more into that later. And we're also going to discuss, obviously, the NHL, talking about the playoffs and all that fun stuff. So we're not going to waste any time here. We want you guys to sit back, relax, and enjoy our exclusive interview with the one and only Nick the Goalie. Enjoy. What's up? I can't do it like he does it. We're back on the Bottom Line Podcast.
You just got to let him go for it. He's going
to have to teach me how to do that at the end of this episode. But anyway, we're back. We're super, super excited to have this next young man on. Let me give you some statistics about this man here. As we speak right now on TikTok, this man has close to 565,000 followers. And as we speak, he just surpassed 100,000 followers on Instagram. So congratulations on that. It's clear that this man has gone viral from the get-go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to have on the one and only, the king of the BC goalie scene, Nick Weston, aka Nick the Goalie. Nick, what's up, man? How you doing?
Doing well. How are you guys doing?
We are fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on. We really do appreciate this.
Oh, happy to be here.
All right. Well, let's not waste any more time, man. Let's get into this. So anybody who knows me personally knows I love origin stories. I can't help it. I have to know how people got started somewhere. So with that being said, how did you first become a goalie and how did you first get into hockey?
Well, hockey's been a part of my life growing up, like my whole life, really. I'd say a lot of it is my mom. My mom's a huge, crazy Canucks fan. And
all right.
Yeah, my dad works around hockey as well. But I think my mom's she's the big fan. My dad, he played a little bit of hockey growing up. But my mom's a huge fan. And, she'd be watching all 82 games of the season, home or away. Doesn't matter what time. She'll always be watching. And, you just kind of grew up watching the Canucks, and I've always been a big fan because of that. It's just always been a part of my life, and I never played right off the bat because I was just such a terrible skater, and I just couldn't wrap my head around it. But just growing up, always playing street hockey and stuff like that until it came to the day where I was like, you know what, I kind of want to play hockey.
Wow. I mean, hey, listen, I can skate, but not nearly to the level of any of these guys on the ice, right? I can't get to their level. Did you have any favorite Canucks players growing up? Like, did you grow up with the Sedin twins? Did you grow up with any of the past goalies? Who was your favorite player growing up?
My whole life, I've always watching the Canucks. The Sedins are always there, and it's been weird having them retired, it's just like they've always been a part of my life. Just every time you watch Canucks on TV, it's like the Sedins are always there, and now they're not, and it's so weird. But what really did it for me was Luongo coming to Vancouver. He is my absolute favorite goalie. Because Vancouver was a little bit of a goalie graveyard for a lot of years. It was tough to get consistency, a lot of injuries, and just kind of, I don't know.
Well,
what's up?
I was gonna say they got Thatcher Demko now, so they're obviously going places as far as goalies are concerned. But we'll talk more NHL in a little bit. I want to talk about how you went viral here. So I want to shift back to September of 2020, where you put out your first viral video. yet you didn't know until 4 days later. And I actually found this out because I actually pulled up one of your videos on YouTube. Just tell us a little bit more about your first video and how you knew that you went viral.
I started making hockey videos in 2018. I just put my GoPro in my net and mic'd myself up, and they did okay. They didn't really do much, 15 YouTube views a video. Not spectacular or anything. And it just kind of got to the point where it's like it takes a lot to edit hockey videos, especially when you're mic'd up and syncing audio and all that. So I kind of put it on pause for a little bit. And then a couple of years later, the fantastic app TikTok came out, and I had a couple of friends saying, you should try the Nick the Goalie thing again. We enjoyed the videos, and I said, okay, sure, bring it back. Brought it back, did one video, and it just took off. It was insane. Posted one video to TikTok. It took actually like 3 or 4 days before it got some traction, which was kind of funny. But I was at work one day, and then my phone was just like falling off the table because it's just notification. And then it kind of just grew steadily from there, which has just it's been a crazy experience, to be honest with you guys. And then it came to the point where, the pandemic started, and, I have a little bit of a following now, but I don't have any more hockey content to post because the rinks are all closed. So the timing for that was kind of poor, but, we did get to go back that following summer, and then had another viral video, which Pavel Barber saw. Right. Which is a big deal.
Yes.
He's one of the top hockey creators out there. I think somebody actually commented and said, you should do a video with Pavel Barber. And I replied back and I said, my dream would be to get lit up by @HeyBarber. And then he saw the comment and he said, yeah, let's make it happen. Send me a DM, and sent him a message. We got some ice, and we made this YouTube video together. And it was so much fun. It was incredible to see how skilled he really is in person, because you see it in the videos and it just doesn't quite do it justice, like just how fast his hands are and how strong he is with the pocket. It's truly impressive going head to head. Again, like the videos are just, they're great, but just seeing it in person is just a whole different experience.
Is he as nice of a guy as he was in the video?
Absolutely. Barbs is a fantastic guy. We had a lot of fun. I told him at the beginning, just like, let him fly, let the chirps fly. And he said the same with you, let them fly. And, I think that's kind of like a hockey thing. It's just a bonding thing. You got to chirp each other. Right. And if you chirp each other, you're friends,
Do you still have contact with him to this day?
Yes, I do. We're hoping to meet up in July. Nice. We'll see what happens. We have some things in the work where we might be able to meet up in July and maybe go see a 3-ice game or something. But we'll see what happens. We'll definitely do something in the future, but we don't know exactly when. But hoping we'll do something in July together.
Now, I know that Austin has questions for you, but before I get to him, I have another one for you. I read all of your statistics earlier on social media with how many followers that you had. Like I said, almost 565,000 on TikTok. You just surpassed 100K on Instagram. Tell me what all of this means to you personally ever since you started this back up again.
It honestly means the world to me. I've always just kind of had that creative mindset my whole life. I've always wanted to create videos. I've always had this kind of weird obsession with YouTube a little bit. And I remember just making videos as kids with friends of mine, just dumb little things that just didn't take off. But we loved the whole YouTube thing. And, I've tried so many different channels growing up. I've tried, I've tried a skimboarding channel. I've tried to do a BMX channel. That was probably my second most successful one. And then I tried to do like a photo video one because I really like doing photo video stuff. But at the end of the day, the saying is, or what's the saying? It's whatever like you're the most passionate about will really show and do or be the most successful. And hockey's been in my, it's been my whole life. And sure enough, the hockey stuff took off. And I'm just honestly just so thankful for everybody's support. I don't get I don't get much hate, and I'm really thankful for that. And I get messages every day. Yeah, we get messages every day saying that their people are laughing, and that's what I want to do at the end of the day, is make people laugh, and maybe add a little personality to the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say we definitely need more laughter nowadays than ever, but that's beside the point. Austin, go ahead, my guy.
So I'm gonna take this to the first video I saw, and you had said something about how a kid's mother had contacted you about chirping as a goalie, and she didn't like it.
Oh no.
With the comments that you get like that, does it make you feel a certain way?
I received the direct message and I laughed so hard. I thought it was so funny that I had to mention it in the video. I don't think they were upset, but I could be wrong. I could have been reading it wrong. I was just laughing. I thought that was so funny.
I mean, if it was me, I'd been laughing the same way, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might be right along with you there, Austin.
Yeah, no, didn't affect me at all. I just laughed and thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, that was kind of going to lead me into my next question, which was, I know you mentioned that you don't really get a lot of hate. And like Austin said, how can anybody hate you? But with the rare criticism that goes on in this world, and I mean rare in air quotes because we receive a lot of criticism today, how did you first take your first form of constructive criticism?
I think I was a little softy to start,
Okay.
to be honest.
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Because you put all this time and effort into these videos, and then for someone to, constructive criticism is okay, but like just ripping into it, I don't really like that.
Yeah, no, nobody.
But
likes
like,
that, no.
if you give me constructive, like that's something I could work on. It's good. Maybe I'd say, oh, I'm a little sad, but at the same time, like, hey, this is good, right? But maybe a little sensitive to begin with, but now I kind of see it as okay that they think I can do this a little better, and I will do my best to try and make it better for them.
Let's talk about a little bit of the NHL for a second, shall we, while we're waiting for Austin to come up with a question here. I know you've been paying attention to what's been going on in the Stanley Cup playoffs as of late. I know it's a shame the Canucks did not make it this year. Actually, before we even get to the playoffs, I want to talk about the Canucks for a minute, since you are obviously a Canucks fan.
Let's do it.
They got Bruce Boudreau, and obviously he seems to know what the hell he's doing over there, because ever since he got there, they've just been on a hot streak. Yeah, I know they missed the playoffs, but even still, it seems like Vancouver has found their guy. I know it's way too early, but what are you seeing in this guy that makes you think, well, first of all, do you think the Canucks can make the playoffs next year? And if yes, what is the key?
I do think they're going to make the playoffs next year, and I think the key is just the management shakeup. It was, as a lot of people know, it was kind of rough for last couple of years. Just really big free agency contracts, no cap space. We did have trouble with injuries, not so much this year, but yeah, it was just getting tough to see just all this money being spent and players not kind of producing. But this experienced management group and coaching staff just really gave me confidence right off the bat. Just hearing like Rutherford, I was like, okay, maybe isn't he like a little old to be doing this? That was kind of my initial thoughts. But he knows what he's talking about, it seems, and Patrick Alvin seems to know what he's talking about, and I like how honest they are with the media, because I know like the last management group and coaching, they wouldn't really say anything to the media, and that doesn't really help the confidence for me as a fan. Right. But Patrick Alvin saying we're gonna try and shed some cap, but at the same time make our team better. That's stuff I like to hear as a fan, and I do think that we have some good pieces for sure, and maybe just a couple additions would be great. And obviously to shed a little bit of the cap space, either trade Myers or OEL. One of the two would help significantly, I think.
You think or you know for sure?
Yeah, I know for sure.
I'm just messing around. It's all good. But anyway, please continue. I apologize.
Yeah, no, all good. And the big question that I'm really looking forward to is coming the draft, and I think something's going to be done with JT Miller at the draft. That's what I kind of think.
Yeah, everybody's been telling me, oh, they're gonna get rid of JT Miller. Like, didn't he just sign a contract extension, or am I wrong about that?
Maybe.
He has 1 year left on his contract.
Okay. Thank you. That's what I thought.
And he obviously deserves a big contract because he's been the heart and soul of the team. And at times I've questioned, it's like, should JT be the captain? It's like, I love Bo and all, but he just seems to, hold guys accountable more and gets more out of the guys I've seen. Don't get me wrong, I'd be heartbroken if he does go. But at the same time, you gotta look towards the future a little bit. And then if we could potentially make a trade with New Jersey in their second overall, then I'm into that.
Our buddy Neil would be happy about that.
I know a certain individual that wouldn't take that up.
No, Neil's a former co-host of this podcast, massive Devils fan. He covers the Devils with his own podcast. So I don't know how he'd feel about that personally, but if he comes across this video, I'm pretty sure he's gonna have some words with you on that one.
It wouldn't be a 1-for-1.
No. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying I'm not sure how he'd feel.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he likes his second round pick right now. His second overall pick right now. So.
Yeah, well, that seems fair enough to me. That seems fair.
Yeah.
Now, let's get into the playoffs a little bit, and then we'll go back into more about you and your career so far. So, I know you've been paying attention to what's been going on in the Stanley Cup playoffs so far, and based on what's gone on, it's been really, really fascinating. We know Colorado is one of the teams that is advancing to the Stanley Cup final. Sorry about your boy Evander Kane, Austin, but I digress. But with that being said, with the Eastern Conference Finals, who do you think's a better matchup for Colorado here?
That's a tough one. They're both incredible teams right now. I'm going to be rooting for Rangers.
Thank you.
Because of my guy Tyler Mott. He's like honestly my favorite player.
Yes,
I love Tyler Mott. I love him and I love his story. He just works so hard out there too. He's just great. He's fast. He never does anything stupid with the puck, and that's why I just really loved him with Vancouver. And I was so sad to see him go. But I hope he'll be able to get a cup. And again, I want to see somebody different. Tampa's won the last 2 years in a row. Good for them. Fantastic team. Don't get me wrong, but I want to change it up a little bit.
Well, I don't mean to interrupt you, Nick. I'm sorry, but I know one person that doesn't want to see anybody different. The guy to my left over here.
Ford Beat, come on. I want that Pat Maroon.
Because all he wants is Pat Maroon to win a 4th straight Stanley Cup. That's why he wants Tampa to go back.
Come on, I just want Pat Maroon to get that 4-pack.
Nobody cares. No, listen. If he does win a 4th straight Stanley Cup, I'll be so happy for him in all seriousness. But as much as I like to make fun with you about that, I'll be very happy for him if that does happen. But me personally, I want to see a different winner.
Future Hall of Famer if he hits that 4-pack.
I mean, he definitely is in the conversation for a Hall of Fame player, in my opinion. Absolutely. But as far as the Rangers, because you mentioned them, did you expect them to do this well this year? Because me personally, as a diehard Ranger fan, I was not expecting them to make the Eastern Conference Final this year. I said before the season started that if they were going to make the playoffs, they could at least make the semifinals. I was not expecting them to go this far.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to go that far either.
All right.
I was honestly concerned about them in the first round. It looked like they were having difficulties.
Thank you. Somebody else who agrees with me.
But all of a sudden, they just turned it on, and Igor's been just a brick wall. He's been unreal. It's cool to see the team clicking together, and especially to take on the heavy hitter like Tampa, and 2-0 right off the bat. I don't think anybody was expecting that, to be honest.
Yeah, I certainly was not. No. And I picked Tampa in 6 in this series, and I still stand by that. I'm not scared. But hey, look, if the Rangers prove me wrong in advance of the final, and Austin knows this, because we live stream some of these games. And by the way, if you ever want to come on a live stream, we have an open invitation for you anytime you want to come on a live stream one week. But I told Austin and the rest of the crew this: if the Rangers make the final, when we stream game 1, I will do the biggest happy dance you will ever see in your life, because I would never expect to hear those words again. That's all I got to say about that. But anyway, let's go. I'm sorry, Austin, go ahead.
I was going to say, I can't talk. My team didn't even make the playoffs.
He's a Vegas Golden Knights fan, in case you're wondering.
Fan. Yeah, well, hey, you know what? Just being in the playoffs every year that you've been around or been a team for and missing one, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Thank you.
It was a pretty good run.
Thank you.
It's just, we need work. There's work that needs to be done.
That inaugural season, though, holy smokes, eh?
Dude, I honestly thought they were going to win the Stanley Cup that year. I honestly thought they were going to do it.
We got coffee. We got coffee, and Ovi taught us better.
I think that year was like the only year where it was just like, I'm happy either way, whoever wins this. I'd be happy to see Vegas win it, or I'd be happy to see Ovi win the cup. So yeah, I was good either way.
No. I mean, listen, Austin, I'll let you go in a second. I apologize, but I don't like the Capitals as a Ranger fan, but I was super happy for Ovi because that man deserved a cup, and that solidified his Hall of Fame status to me. But 100%. Anyway, Austin, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I didn't care. I'd care less who had won that one. I mean, I'm a Vegas fan, but I also like Kuznetsov, so it was kind of like.
Oh my God! Here we go.
I like seeing Kuzi hold a cup, but it would have been nice to see Vegas get it.
One of these days you'll get there again, boy. Don't need to.
Yeah, when they do, when they have the cup parade, you better bet your bottom dollar we're going.
Oh, you know I'm gonna be flying to Vegas, and we're going. Absolutely,
we're going cup parade, bud. We're just gonna go ham.
But anyway, let's go back to your viralness on social media for a second. I know you have a bunch of videos, mainly reels. What's been your favorite that you've put out so far?
I think my favorite one has been the one where I did Sweet Caroline and I cut the difference. I think that was my favorite. I love
that one. That one's my favorite too.
I had so much fun with that one. Like I was at a hockey game and they start playing Sweet Caroline. And I was just like, I wonder if I could do this in a video, because everybody just gets so happy when they hear Sweet Caroline. I thought, I bet this could kind of work in a video. And then I just kind of edited it to the way where I thought it was funny. And sure enough, it's still today my most viewed video on TikTok.
Wow. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. But I think my favorite personally is what was that one you put out recently?
Was it the one with the roll at the beginning? It was that one or the Scooby-Doo one you put out. Oh, the Scooby-Doo one. Yeah.
I'm at a crossroads between those two.
I'll be honest, I was hoping the Scooby-Doo one would have done a little better, but that's all right. I still got people laughing with the Scooby-Doo, so that's all that matters at the end of the day.
It's still doing pretty good, trust me. Austin, what's your favorite by him?
Any of his videos, I sit there and I watch him constantly.
So you're just on a constant binge. All right, I like that. Okay,
I appreciate that. I appreciate it's good for the algorithm. Thank you.
Yeah, we all know how the algorithm is nowadays. It's total garbage. But I digress there.
Let's not get into that.
Yeah, exactly. So last one from me here, Nick, and I'm sure Austin will probably have one more as well. Out of all of your success so far, and I know your success will continue to grow, what's the one message? I know you said you want to make people laugh, which is fantastic because, again, we need more laughter nowadays than ever. But what's the one other message that you want to send to people when you post your videos?
just remember why you play the game, or why you picked up a stick in the first place, just to have a good time. A lot of guys take the game too seriously, in my opinion, especially guys that I play with in beer league. It's like, guys, we're not making the show here. Just there's a reason, I'm letting in 5.50. That was my goals against average lately, 5.50 goals against average. It's a little rough, but we're still having fun out there. So you just gotta remember why you did it in the first place. But that's what I'd say.
You couldn't have said that any better. I mean, you're definitely right. A lot of people take this game way too seriously. I understand, playoffs come, you want to win a championship. All right, that's fine. I'm cool with that. But you still got to have fun with it at least, just enjoy the experience. I think that's the one message that I would personally say. I think you couldn't have said that any better.
As a goalie, is there any equipment you recommend?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, so the real important thing to me is you just have to use what works best for you personally. I can't recommend anything to anybody. I personally love my Bauer stuff right now, but it may not be the best for somebody else. When I grew up, like I said earlier, huge Luongo fan. I was like, okay, so he wears RBK. I want to be like Luongo. I need everything RBK. So I got everything RBK, and it probably didn't complement my game the best. At the time, Sherwood did. So my advice would be just to really, especially nowadays, it's easier than ever. You can go out to your local shop and demo gear. Like when I was a kid, you couldn't do that. So I would just say really use what works best for you personally as a goaltender, or even a player too. Like if Connor McDavid wears CCM, maybe you're more of a Bauer guy or more of a true guy or whatever it is. Just use what works best for you and what complements your game. And then, that's what I would say.
That's actually very interesting. I didn't know you could try equipment now. I may have to go do that myself. I've always wanted to try on hockey gear, not gonna lie to you. So I may have to go do that myself. Now, I lied. I do have one more, because correct me if I am 100% wrong on this, but you did get a tryout for the NHL. Am I correct on that?
No, I did not.
You did not. Okay, you did not. I heard that somewhere. I don't know where I heard that from, but obviously whoever told me that was wrong, and I wanna eviscerate them for it now.
I'll tell you how that all started up.
Sure, go ahead.
I wanted to do something funny for April Fool's Day.
Oh gosh.
So I took a screenshot from the Canucks Twitter and photoshopped it. Said the Vancouver Canucks are proud to have signed Nick Weston to a PTO, and then I put a quote under there, and in italics I said, I would be over the moon right now if it wasn't April 1st. So
yo, that's so hilarious.
That's just mean.
Austin, that sounds like something you would do.
Yeah, it really does.
I had a kid DM me the other day, and he was so upset. He's like, "You aren't actually a Vancouver Canuck?" I was like, "No, I'm not." And he's like, "How do you explain the photos of you with the Canucks like at the very start of your Instagram?" And I said, "They're all Photoshop, buddy. I'm sorry." And he was so upset, and I was just, "I'm sorry. I thought people knew it was a joke."
Poor kid. Oh my gosh.
Crushing hopes and dreams out there, Nick.
Yeah.
I know you wear the Canucks jersey a lot in your videos. I mean, I can definitely see why he was upset, but even still, it's a joke. I mean, come on, people.
Yeah, I didn't think my Photoshop skills were that good. I thought it was pretty brutal, and apparently it's believable. So hey, I'll take it.
All right, so the video I posted on my Instagram of you stopping pucks a while back from one of my buddies. He's a big fan. He always loves seeing you at the rink. His dad's played against you a few times. And then we have another guy who we introduced him to you through a lot of your videos. And we're sitting there on our live stream last night doing our thing. And he goes, "I need you guys to have Nick the goalie do his famous 'What's up' for me." And we said,
I do remember that. Yes, I do remember
try
that.
our hardest to see if we can get it happen.
Of course, it's the famous catchphrase. I mean, I don't know how it all started. I wanted to have a way of getting retention and I kind of wanted to have an intro. And I always really loved it was, what was it, a Budweiser or Bud Light commercial? It was Bud Light, wasn't it? A Bud Light commercial where back in like the early 2000s. Yeah, early 2000s, where all these guys were like, "What's up?" And I don't know. I just thought about doing that one day, and
that's the one. Yeah, no, that was definitely Bud Light. I remember that vividly.
Yeah. And then I got so many comments after I did it the first time. It's like, "Oh, could you do that in your next video?" And then it just kind of, I was like, "Okay, I'll just keep going with it." So.
Oh man, that is truly unbelievable. Well, he'll be happy you said that. We officially got it, so thank you for that.
Cheers.
But no, listen, Nick, in all seriousness, thank you so much for your time today. This was such a blast. You might be one of our favorite guests ever. Thank you so much for your time today. We truly appreciate it.
You guys are making me blush. Thanks.
Anytime. We truly mean it. He is the one and only Nick Weston, aka Nick the Goalie. Go follow this guy on TikTok and Instagram at NickTheGoalie_1. We promise you it will be worth your time. For Nick the Goalie and for Mr. Taco, I'm Jimmy Finizzi. This is the Bottom Line Podcast, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace and take care.